Welcome to the realm of witchy, weird, and grounded spirituality. My name is Stormy Sage. Think cardiac nurse for 10 years, reviving physical hearts, turned spiritual guide, reviving spiritual hearts, aka your soul. The magic we are longing for is trapped within the walls of our sacred heart. And it is my dream to connect humanity back to this power. This is a podcast where we use science, energy, connection, and ancient knowledge to plug you back into your original soul codes. It is time to merge the seen and unseen worlds within you. So sit back, relax, and receive the magic in this episode. Welcome back to the show. My name is Stormy, your host. And today we're going to talk about 2025 and all the jazz about letting go and how check in to see like how we feeling, like what's going on, what's the 411. So I feel like 2025, as we are less than a week in, and when this is going to come out, it's just like we're just getting our sea legs. It is so important for us to actually learn and activate into letting go. And this was a message that like was delivered to me all of the month of December and has shown over and over in different ways of my life of like, let go, let go, let go, let go. And we can move into a new year, still trying to hang on to the old year and really like grasp and grip and just, I don't want to let that go. So this is going to be a conversation and just kind of like a little bit of a hype chat for you to let the shit go. Let go how you're feeling about different people, about how your relationship should work, about where you should be at in your career or your business or your job. Let go of your childhood trauma, your baggage, the things that you're mad about, the things that you're like kind of about with other people. Just like how can we be as light energetically and just let it go, like let our shoulders fall, let our face soften, let it just release and pour out of our heart. And this was kind of a practice that was shown by one of my guides, who's a gorilla, and he was showing me how to beat on your chest to break up the energy within your heart space, what you're holding on to. So if you're watching this on video, I'm going to put my necklace around. If you're watching this on video, or if you're listening, I'm just making my hands in a fist and I'm putting my hands over like the upper part of my chest. And what he showed me was literally, we are going to bang our chest like we're a gorilla. And this is how we're going to help kind of release and activate this heart center, this upper heart center, so that we can let things go that are hanging on top, that are ready to be released from it. So if we're going to do this in a couple of seconds. So we're going to just do this for like 5 seconds. So hand on your chest if you're listening, if you can, if you're not driving. And we're just going to fucking pump it for 5 seconds. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just take a big deep breath in and then a big deep breath out. See how you feel after that. You could do that. I would only recommend doing that like maybe 2 more times. So like 3 times max. But you could do this at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, anytime that you feel like you need to release, if you're like hanging on for dear life, and you're trying to hold on to something when it should be released, but you're like, I'm not ready. So let 2024 be like the end of the era. Like let that be an ending. And remind yourself that with every ending is a new beginning. Like something ends and literally in no time, it's a beginning. Like there is no in between lag time. You may feel like you're in a void. You may feel like you're in the abyss of things, but like in reality, as soon as you decide to end something, you're already in a new beginning. You're already in a space where there's more space for something new to drop in. And so I was just reflecting on 2024 on like how much I felt ended for me. I ended more of my nomadic living space of staying in one space right now in Kentucky / Cincinnati area, like 10 minutes away. So I ended my nomadic life and ended that chapter of like not having a home base. I ended the chapter of, or the ended the very real like living life of Erica, and started a new life of Stormy. And when I ended my nomadic living, then I'm starting a more stable foundation to create something from solid ground. So ending, beginning, right? And that's like the cycle that happens. Like, and we get so fearful of closing that door, but when we close a door, like fucking 5 doors open after that. So it's okay to close the door. I ended my my career as the cardiac nurse as I knew it, in the ways that I was operating in that. I ended that so I can create space to offer teachings and lessons and creations in a new way. And so that was a super ending, and I'm only at the beginning with that. So that's a new beginning, a new era. And then I ended low key. I ended my single life era. So I am dating somebody now. So now I'm in relationship era. But so that was an ending. And I didn't realize how much that was coming up of like the ways that I had lived like the last 4 years of being single and roaming the earth and doing all these things. How much I had to allow myself to like grieve and end that in order to step in to a new way of being, of considering somebody else and being in relationship, and honoring where that direction is going to go. So there is, with every ending, there is a beginning, and it is exciting because there is no stopping point. It's always continuous. It's always going to keep going. Like you're always going to end and start and stop and end and begin. And it's like that whole life cycle that I have tattooed on my hand. Life, death, life. Like you're always going to be in transition of this cycle. So honor the cycle that you're in right now, and in the era, in the phase that you're in, knowing that, man, I might not always be here. I'll be in something else next month or next year or whatever. So just really anchor into the fact that like, be so in gratitude and excited of exactly where you're at right now in this moment, because you may not ever be in this life phase, in this situation, in this relationship, in this dynamic, in the way that you are right now. Like, be so in gratitude of that. And when we are in that space, then we're able to see what is opening up for us because we're not resisting what's there. So be in the transition, let it just flow through you and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to close this door because I know 5 doors are opening now that I am decided to end this. So there's been a huge shift for like 2024 for me in various ways, in huge ways, in the categories that I had just mentioned, and more. And it is the fact that I have allowed myself to release and let go of those aspects of me. Like, you know what? I don't need to be that aspect of me. I don't need to be that version of me. I don't need to hang on to this in fear I'm losing something. I'm actually gaining something and exploring a new experience and a new flavor and a new frequency within myself. And being able to be excited about that. So what I've used to help release and let go, if like by far is my favorite thing to do, is burn ceremonies. And I did this on New Year's Day, actually, with my new partner. And we made a list of everything that we were leaving behind in 2024 and wanted to release and let go. Any things that were attached to energy, relationships, ways of beliefs, and dynamics, and all this stuff, so that we can like energetically be light moving into the next year, into this new chapter, into our own mixings of energies, and what we want to call in for the next year. And to have a burn ceremony, all you need is a piece of paper and a pen and a lighter, preferably like a bowl, a stainless steel bowl, unless you're doing it outside. So you're going to write everything down on your piece of paper that you want to like release and let go. And I always title it like, Dear Source, blah, 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 help me release, like, and just brain dump it out. And then when you're done, I just write at the end, and so it is. It's done. And then you're going to take the piece of paper and you're going to burn every last little piece of the paper and release it and let the earth be transmuted and let the energy be transmuted within the paper and just let it be released. And so it is. It's done. It's taken care of. The energy is transmuted. So the burn ceremony feels so powerful when you do it. And I didn't realize how powerful this was until I did like 7 days in a row of burn ceremonies on a forgiveness diet that I did before my ayahuasca ceremony. And that's where I'm like, holy shit, these are really powerful. And why aren't we doing this more often? So you could correlate these with your menstrual cycle or the full moon, because those are like big times that we release. But you can do this at any moment in time that you feel like you're like, man, I really just need to like let go more strongly. And like, it's something about like writing it down on a piece of paper, like, I'm done with this, I'm letting it go. And then you watch it burn. And then I swear to God, the energy is just like, so please try that. You're not too late to do it. You can get into it when you listen to this, have a little burn ceremony for yourself and see how you feel afterwards. And I'm telling you, it's like a game changer. The second thing to help you let go is recognizing anytime that you're doing something, or you have a belief or something's coming up and you're still trying to like shift that or like step into that new version of yourself and really trying to call that through, is you can recognize what you see as like, oh, that's not me anymore. So you can distance yourself from what the thought is or the belief or whatever that thought downward spiral pattern happening. And you could just kind of be a little of an observer of it, kind of like hold it at distance, maybe in your hand even, and say, oh, this isn't me anymore. And it just lets you have space to be like, oh, I used to do that. That was me, but it's not me anymore. So it kind of helps you shift into this new mold of you trying to experience a different way of being, or a new version of yourself, really trying to like helps you anchor into that higher self that you're we all really want to like align and attach with and let flow, is like, oh, that's not me anymore. I don't need to do that. So that really helps the energy of like letting go. And then the third thing you can do to like really help let go is when you're releasing something, sometimes we can feel really like, I don't want to release this relationship or this thing that I used to love to do because brought me a lot of joy. I really loved it. And then you get really nostalgic and stuff. But really, what's helped me come to terms with like letting things go is saying the phrase, I lovingly release you. Because when it's no longer in alignment with you, it's probably no longer in alignment with them. So when you're helping yourself, you're also helping them. And so the phrase of I lovingly release you helps feel like it's softening, and that you're doing it out of love and not like spite to be like, oh, this isn't right for me anymore or whatever. Like, I'm better than this. It's just, hey, I'm lovingly releasing you. No longer you are needed. I lovingly release this belief or this thought, this activity, this habit, this relationship, this energy, this way of being, this name, this whatever. Fill in the blank for what it is for you. So in order to really like let go and ground into 2025, I think, or rather, in order to really ground into 2025, even though we're here in the physical, like, are you actually in 2025 energetically? And really how to feel into that is like, how much are you willing to let go of the aspects and the memories and the energy of 2024 and maybe beyond? Because to be honest, like, it really still feels like 2020 energy is still lingering around us. So even though that's now like fucking 5 years ago, which is insane. So am I really releasing the last 5 years, the last 4 years? Am I letting that go? Am I letting the stories go of what could have been, what should have been, what happened, what blah, blah, blah? Like, am I coming into 2025? Do I feel energetically light coming in? Because I think that, and I've listened to a few of my astrology girls, that do forecasts, and they even kind of confirmed what I was feeling, was that like 2025 is like some freaking fast energy. And I already feel that within like the very last month of December, so much was happening in my life where I'm like, whoa, I'm already walking in and stepping into 2025 energy in like in the fact that of like, I'm here in this place, no longer nomadic. Now I'm in relationship. Now I'm doing that. It's just like bam, 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 bam. And I think 2025 is the more that we align into like our heart space, into our values, into uh, our really core spirit, things will move really fast. And if we're not anchored into that, we're not anchored into who we are and connected to our own spirit, it's going to feel very unsettling and like shaky ground because there's going to be so much moving around us on the outer aspects in life and the collective and inner. So you need to have really strong practices to be like, okay, how can I come back to my own center? How can I come back to my own heart? Where am I focusing my intention and my energy and my purpose, and where am I funneling that information forward to? If not, things just happen and then you feel scattered and your energy's all over the place and you're like, oh, then all of a sudden it's mid 2025 and you're like, wait, how did that happen? So really focus on letting go of 2024, releasing what you no longer need from the last several years back to childhood, even back further to past lives. Like, how can I just release, shake it off, use that gorilla technique of getting the energy out of that higher heart to let it be released energetically, because we know that our body is connected to the spirit. It's in tandem. So when we move our body and we move our energy with our body, our energy gets to move too, vice versa. When we move energy and do energy work, it helps the body. So however we can get into practice to connect those things, little bit of a gorilla beat on the chest is enough. Like, it doesn't have to be a whole huge like 1 hour big practice, lots of things happening. Like, it could be so fast, like just 5 seconds of the gorilla beat. I'll call it. So that is the medicine of the gorilla for sure. Okay, so I just wanted to just have a little hype, a little like hype chat of like, hey, we're in it. We made it to 2025. We celebrated. Congratulations, we did it. And then how can we really like launch ourselves further into the energy of really like anchoring, yeah, this is going to be fast. Yeah, you know what? This could be my year. This is going to be my year. Not even could. This is going to be my year, because this is when I decided to like let all this shit go, release the relationships, release the doubts, release the negativity, release the thing, whatever that's harboring or bringing you down, because we could be our biggest block in life. Like, how can we just, I'm just going to fucking send it. Let's fucking go. Like, that's the energy of 2025, I feel. Let's fucking go. Like, let's send it. We're going to send it. We're going to be cringe. We're going to go all out. We're going to believe in all of our huge dreams. We're going to be very specific on what we want. We're going to listen to ourselves. We're going to be able to connect to our hearts, revive ourselves, and just freaking be able to send it and build the life that we want, because life is way too short to do it half-assed. So I'm really excited for this month in general, mainly because it's my body's birthday. So I will be turning another physical year. It's my body's birthday is January 6th, and then my spirit birthday is on May 5th. So I'll be celebrating both this year, but body's birthday is coming up. So I'll be moving my body, doing something to celebrate that. And January is going to be pretty epic, because I'll be releasing the CPR Your Soul course, which I'm so hyped about. I've been building this out and the curriculum is fucking fire. It's going to activate and align you to be able to launch further into this aspect, into releasing, letting go, being aligned, and really being very clear with like what that next step is. Because I feel like from 2020 to now, sometimes we feel in this, we've been in this transition, this like really weird space to be like, I no longer want to do what I want to do. I still don't know what I want to do, but I know it's not this. And where do I go? And how do I even direct my energy to go from there? And you have to be able to bring it in, be so clear within yourself before you move forward in a new direction. Or you're just going to ram yourself into another weird split off direction when you're trying to go this way, and then you end up going a little bit off this way. So CPR Your Soul is going to help you align to that and help you come back to these practices over and over, because alignment and getting clear and connecting and being heart-centered, all of these things isn't a one and done situation. It's literally a reoccurring thing. Like it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. So CPR Your Soul is a lifestyle. So it's going to be this massive resource that you can come back to over and over when you're feeling a little off kilter again, and you need to come back and cue up and tee up and get into alignment again. So this will be released at the end of the month. And I'll be speaking more about what this entails, what's in it, and offer more clarity if it's right for you, if it's not right for you. Would it be helpful? Would it be not? And what are the different aspects that I will be able to offer my own services? So I'm so excited for January. I am so excited for 2025 for all of us. And and just say this to yourself, like, how can I release more? How can I let go more to let in more? So that is my short little pep talk of letting go, releasing, getting into 2025, and do a burn ceremony. If you haven't already, do one ASAP. You'll feel so much better. Okay. Until then, I'll see you in the next episode.